Are you opposed to me giving you a little trick that will help you when you're just not sure if a client, if a prospect is really into something? Are you opposed to that? Okay, good. That was it. That was the little trick, okay? A lot of times, let's say we're quoting them on something and there's another project we want to do. By the way, Ashley, great to see you. Ashley's new to the group, right? Let's say Ashley's got a painting company. Let's say Ashley is quoting a homeowner on painting the inside, doing an interior job, right? It's springtime in Michigan. The outside doesn't look its best. But Ashley doesn't really want to jeopardize the sale because the sale feels like it's locked in on the interior. And so she doesn't want to seem pushy. She doesn't want to seem like high pressure. She doesn't want to seem like she's selling too much. Are you opposed? Are you against? Is a lot more powerful than do you want to? So if Ashley's working with them on the interior, like, yeah, the interior, this is great. Man, Ashley, it's been 10 years. I'm so glad that you're doing this job for us. Yeah, we want to do the, cool, yeah, I'm happy to knock it out. Hey, are you opposed to me also painting the exterior of the house while we're finishing up this project? Is a lot different than, hey, do you want me to also paint the exterior? They're going to be a lot more likely to say no when we directly ask them. Like, let's say I was a real estate professional and I wanted to show, so they said, oh, our budget's $540,000. And let's say I have a house that's $650,000, okay? And I kind of have a feeling they might be able to move some stuff around because the $650,000 house is a lot better. If I say, hey, I've got a house at $650,000, do you want to take a look at it? The likelihood that they're going to say, no, our budget's $540,000 is very high. But if I say, hey, you know, something just came up. We've got a house. It's $650,000. Are you against taking a look at it? No, I mean, we'll take a look. It's not in our budget, but I'm happy to do a showing with you. People are a lot more likely to do the thing we want them to do when it's an outlier if you don't ask them directly. If you ask what I would call a no-oriented question. Are you opposed? Are you against? It works in your personal life as well. Okay, so I just wanted to have you guys have that little one in your holster, all right? I'm not saying use that as your close. That's not a close, by the way. Use this when you have situations where there's some extra stuff there. Use it when you have situations where it really doesn't feel like it's going to be a fit, but you want to just throw a Hail Mary out there, but don't use it as a close. Okay, that's a mistake. There's other people that talk about no-oriented questions. They talk about it in terms of a close. When you try and close all of your business with, are you opposed? Are you against? Right? Is it a ridiculous idea for you to sign up? You sound kind of weird, right? It's not confident. But like, let's say Derek at Strike Zone had, you know, dad signing up for the course, right? Hey, does it make sense to have you become a member here of Strike Zone? Hell yeah, it does, Derek. I'm really excited. Awesome, awesome. Hey, you know, just out of curiosity, are you opposed to bringing your kids by to check out the kids program that we've got? No, I'm not opposed. Yeah, I'll bring them by on Tuesday, right? He's going to close on the thing he's locked in on. Use your Easton University close for that. But then on that outlying stuff, are you opposed, are you against, works great, guys. It works great.